Hi everyone, give me 1 second. Welcome, how you doing? Running a little bit on a different time schedule. Please forgive me. How's everyone doing? Great to be here. Hang on there 1 second. Hello, hello, hello. Hey Sandy, how you doing? Hey Kim, awesome. Just getting set up. Beautiful day. Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Really a pleasure. Megan, hi. How you guys doing? All right, let's make sure I'm on the right one today. Hey Caitlin, Jacqueline, Mandy, hi. It's a beautiful day. Welcome to all. Let's see. It's officially colder out there. It's not snowing here yet in upstate New York. And let's get us all moving forward, sharing some really great ideas. Beautiful day. God bless everyone. And really rocking and rolling, sharing new ideas. Share, like, comment, critique, ideas, and really working all together, learn something awesome and amazing. And Vanessa, Rachel, Amanda, Cynthia, I'm making sure I'm going to get to everyone today one way or another. And a beautiful day. And making sure I've got my voice turned down. And lots of loves and likes. And helping people make babies and miracles. That's what this is all about. And we're sharing ideas of keto, of inflammation, and how to be positive and persistent. And in the face of this really challenging process, infertility, right? It is hard. And we need to join together as a family. And when you hear and see the pain and the comments that maybe aren't so great, then we need to support and help and grow together. I'm really working on how to come up with an affordable package for sharing eggs, sharing sperm, and sharing embryos. And that's something we all need to work at because people are sharing blood, they're giving away kidneys and organs all over the place. And really what we're working to do is help affordable, high quality, and improving access for everyone. And Future Family and so many other groups out there working to help make it much more affordable. And I've been doing this for over 20 years in Syracuse and nearly 30 years as a fertility specialist, and realizing that the more and more we can help everyone on this journey, the better. And we're hearing so many stories, everyone's chatting and sharing. We recently had a 37-week loss, and that is so heartbreaking. And whatever we can do to help give support and ideas. I'm working with a few special people out there to get IVIG at even a lower price, that through CMY Fertility, we can get more people on intravenous immunoglobulins to get the inflammation down. Remember, infertility is another inflammatory disorder like hypertension, diabetes, Alzheimer's, depression, arthritis, skin disorders. They're all inflammation. And CNY Fertility really is providing a very similar services, but we've done an add-on of holistic, very ancient traditional methods, acupuncture, massage, herbs, meditation. And don't forget the spiritual connection and the vibration and energy. And if you haven't read Bruce Lipton's Biology of Belief, I highly recommend it. Check it out. And Tammy, Ashley, for everyone, really grateful to everyone. And share and communicate together What are you doing? What things have worked better? We've been talking about tamoxifen as another FET, frozen embryo transfer protocol. A lot about the anti-inflammation, really critical. Use of Pepsid, Claritin, and Benadryl before a transfer. And the ERA, endometrial receptivity assay, is available in New York, and so all of our CMI fertility locations are providing that. But Cooper Genomics is also coming out with another ERA protocol that may be helpful for you on your journey if you're doing a frozen embryo transfer. Now remember, we do day 3s, day 5, 6, and 7s. We do fresh and frozen. We do with and without PGS testing. So we like to individualize for each of you in the process. So I just want you to know that there isn't one way, and you're going to read one way, and you're going to think, oh my God, that's the way I need to do it, but not so. We work with Dr. Joachim, with Dr. Braverman, the Alan Beer Institutes. We're here to work with whoever you're working with also. We highly respect Dr. Braverman, Dr. Joachim, great ideas. We're so grateful to the amount that they brought to the world of reproductive immunology. We at CNY Fertility provide a tremendous amount of reproductive immunology. And we don't necessarily do all the testing because the foundation of infertility is inflammation. So you need to know that. And we're going to get to a lot of questions, by the way. And I saw one on low-dose naltrexone. Thank you, Kelly, for that question. And literally, I believe, like, I'm considering getting pregnant. I've never had a fertility problem. LDN, I think, is really great. Low-dose naltrexone. It's an opiate agonist antagonist. It's naloxone, but in very small doses. It has been shown to reduce inflammation in our bodies. Guys and gals both can use it and benefit from LDN, CBD oil, which is an essential oil. And you're right, you're not going to find all the randomized controlled studies because sometimes these randomized controlled studies are bullshit. I'm sorry. They're like publication bias or they're belief bias. And in my opinion, they're unnecessary. Look around, and we all communicate as this great CNY fertility family. But remember, all of the infertility and fertility groups are learning together. This isn't us or them, but it's all of us as a great family to learn and create together. So I think the LDN should be started now. At least 30 days is always a good one before any fertility treatments. Jackie Jass, Sir Vidal, how you doing? Tammy, where to get CBD oil? Good question. Tammy Dupree. We're using CB Distillery, but I know about HempWorks and many others out there. So if you guys have some that you're sharing and believe can be beneficial, please share it with the team, the family, the group, and all of this. But we're also, remember, yoga, Fertile Hope Yoga. Erin McCullough is really doing some great things. Meditation, prayer, visualization, and go for a walk, get off the treadmill. And remember, everyone that links on is automatically added into the win a free IVF cycle. And I'm working on if you win and you're going to be donor eggs or anything else, you may get a similar value for whatever treatment you're doing. And it can be shared with others, just like if you have eggs, embryos, or sperm that you want to help share. We believe that that's a good way to make it more accessible and affordable to more people. We have a whole team going down to Atlanta to work with Dr. Verdialis. We're working on that. But wherever you're at in this country or this world, the CNY Fertility team is really here to work with you and make your fertility journey a little easier, more affordable, more accessible. We have full financing for everyone. And I'm really working on Integrity and other pharmacies to help finance your medications only. Also, by the way, and remember, if you're doing IVF or IUI, there's natural, so you just ovulate with the trigger shot, and you're going to get 1 to 3 eggs. Naturally, cuts the cost. Or you're using either Clomid or low-dose, or Clomid or letrozole, Femara, either 200 of Clomid or 5 to 10 of letrozole for 5 to 10 days, and then doing a trigger shot, a lot less money. And then the other is doing a low-dose mini with a little bit of letrozole or Clomid plus 150 of Gonal-f, Menopur, or Follistim. So it can really help cut the cost. But our standard dosing is a 300 units of Gonal-f or Follistim plus 20 units of low-dose HCG. And we're really working to kind of help give a global idea, global pricing, so it can make your fertility journey much, much more accessible. Let's see here. Let me open this up. Shauna Milberg is really trying to do the K's keto. It's a hard one, by the way. Before my December appointment, but I'm having a really hard time sticking with it. This is challenging. Look at Emmerich's keto, Maria Emmerich, and I know I have Emmerich's book here somewhere. Check out Maria Emmerich. She's awesome and amazing. Maria offers a really broader base, really works well for a lot. Don't forget Paleo Diets, dietdoctor.com. Andres Ienfeld really is amazing. And all these are just working at different ways to help you on the journey. Kiltz is keto, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, yes, baby. And it's also called the Lioness or the Lion King plan. Guys, it helps with sperm. Gals, it helps with eggs and the uterine environment. So really, really, really important to try out these new ideas. Let's see here. Cynthia Veach, tight budget, do natural low dose, 33 and 34. Yes, they're options. Look towards the 150 of Gonal, Menopur, or Follistim with 20 of HCG if you're not using the Menopur, and maybe do a 7.5 to 10 of letrozole or 200 of Clomid. And check out the pricing. It may be valuable for you in this journey. Let's see, January, February, it's perfect. And we're working on ways of just, okay, here's the package price for the meds, for the fertility treatment, and to help you on your journey. And remember, right now we're doing the $3,900 plus monitoring. And if you do your monitoring, check around for good pricing with the radiologist. We do a lot of bloods through LabCorp, but a lot of the bloods may be pushed aside and focusing on the ultrasound. That's the real ticket to this, and working to lower the cost and make it much more affordable for you in the process. And look at the questions and look at the answers. Thank you for everyone sharing the answers, because so many have been on this journey already. And if for some reason you don't get eggs or embryos in that cycle, we work to get the next cycle for $600 and really work to help in the journey. There are lots of pregnancies right now. We want to make sure we're looking at reproductive immunology, stay keto, and low to no carbs once you're pregnant. And for many, they need to stay on the Lovenox, the LDN, the Plaquenil or Neupogen longer, and to stay on the progesterone and the estrogen longer to help that pregnancy stay in place. And don't forget intralipids, maybe even through 28 weeks or longer, and IVIG the same. I'm really working to get a much lower cost on that IVIG because I think it's the home run in this. The other is, remember or look at leukocyte immunotransfusion, LIT. The guy's white blood cells are injected under the skin of the woman. It's a male immune treatment. And you go to either Nogales, Mexico, or to Mike Vero's practice, Markham Fertility in Toronto area. Really something that, it's one of those things that most of us didn't even believe in, but we do believe it is valuable, and I've seen it work. And the other is with Dr. Verdialis in Atlanta. We're working on the PRP, platelet-rich plasma, intrauterine, in higher volumes, and we're going to be offering it in New York in the coming months, so we're excited about that. Again, ERA is now available, and we can also send a kit that you may be able to get your OBGYN to do the biopsy and put it together and send it out to iGenomics. So we're really excited about that happening. And don't forget to talk to your OBGYNs about laparoscopy for silent endometriosis. It's very common. And hysteroscopy, DNC, to clean out the uterus and get it ready for IUI or IVF or frozen transfer. So we're really excited about all these different options. Let's see here. Got a lot of replying, and so really grateful to everyone replying. Melanie Pomerico lost 10 pounds on keto. Listen, weight doesn't matter, but what's in the belly matters more than anything. That's where the inflammation is. That inflammation trashes the ovaries, the uterus, the tubes, and the testicles, the prostate, the seminal vesicles. So guys, I'm telling you, high fat, low to no carbs. And remember, proteins convert to amino acids in the gut, and they must be converted to sugar, then fat in the liver in order to be converted to the only fuel our body utilizes, which is fat. That's such an amazing. And Crystal Fry, and I'm really working on this financing of meds, but check out Future Family. They'll help with that. And we're really working on that next level of financing medications and coming up with that particular arm that'll help you also. And share the positives, share the heartache, listen and learn together in the process. That's really so important for all of us. Let's see here. Jennifer, scheduled for an FET Wednesday, but I had ovulating like cramps and light spotting this weekend. Called the on-call nurse, and she is sending me labs tomorrow. Make sure. So if you're scheduling a frozen transfer and you ovulated, that may be good, by the way, because if you're on estrogen and now on progesterone, even if you ovulate after the progesterone, that's okay. And if you're simply triggering for a frozen transfer, ovulation is good. So we just want to look at the numbers, and really it's important. If you're not sure, listen, people text me, call me, and I send it to my team. You can imagine how much is coming our way. And we're just hired 2 new nurses for the travel team. I've just hired a new nurse practitioner joining us in January. And we're working to really up the team in Atlanta coming up. So we're really excited, and I may be going down to Manhattan to look at some space down there so we can help a lot in the New York area region, again, to make it more affordable, accessible for everyone. Let's see, Sandra Elias Rivera, the Assure Coil. I heard so many bad things, and this was right after I had mine done because my old fertility doctor told me to get it done since my one tube was causing problems. Well, I think overall, if you have dilated fallopian tubes, the hydrosalpinx, the Assure could be important for you if for some reason they couldn't take it out. Most people don't have problems with the Assure. Unfortunately, some do. It may be reasonable to remove it, but I wouldn't be pushing you to do that at this time. I'd see how it goes before you attempt to remove it. LDN category D, I don't believe it. Look at Boyle. Phil Boyle in Ireland's been using LDN for 20, 30 years, and I think people are scaring people with all of this. I think it works nicely, and I don't believe it. There's a lot of scare factors out there. Jamie Lee Johansson, hopefully coming back up in a few weeks for another enemy retrieval. Happy to finally be back on track with IVF after having to take 2 months off after losing our home to Hurricane Florence. And you know, our prayers to everyone out there that's in such turmoil to this weather, but so many crazy things happening in this world, in the U.S., and we just have to all stop and pray, have faith, and hope and imagine the very best for everyone out there. LDN, I usually recommend 3 to 4.5 milligrams a day. Some people can't tolerate the 4.5, go to 3. And listen, it's not just one thing, but it's the whole package. Keto, paleo. Remember, vegans and vegetarians need to add more fat, separate the meals, and eat less uncooked carbs. And get rid of the grains, the beans, the fruits and fiber as much as you can. So really, in anti-inflammation is all this talk is about. And slow it down. Get off the treadmill. Treadmills are deadly. When you run your car ragged, it gets in the junkyard way too fast. Lots of great comments. LaRoche Henry, how you doing? Aaron Egertrevel, look forward to everyone. Crazy, busy, amazing. Want to be able to take care of everyone 100%. I saw 50 pounds off. And, you know, it really is amazing how the keto is kick-ass amazing. And when anyone says it's not sustainable, it's because we are addicted to carbs, but our body requires 0 carbs. And when you do 0 carbs, your body, your brain, your everything feels amazing. And carbs are killers, I'm sorry. Fruits, vegetables, fiber, deadly. And I'm also looking at new Somaderm and Joe Franklin, Somaderm, HGH gel topical. We think it's a home run. We're working on that as much as the sub-Q human growth is a prime. My bet is the HGH gel may be a really great prime along with keto, LDN, CBD. Whew, slow it down. And don't forget the Theralogics, Ovacitol, and Ovavite. And all of these, just all of us, let's all vibrate great energy, patience for everyone. Keep going, don't quit. Let's see, tubal reversal, what are the percentage of success based on? So we're seeing about a 40 to 60% pregnancy success, open tubes. You know, it may take up to 2 years before we see success. And so many people are done with waiting. They go right back to IVF because our $7,900 plan offers an IVF along with that reversal. So for some, the reversal is best. For others, they want to go right to an IVF cycle. And remember, our numbers are middle of the road. We turn no one away. We take size, age, AMH, previous failures. And really, this is an interesting world of infertility. We're very judgmental and biased. If you failed, poor embryos. We don't even transfer embryos or freeze them if we think they're no good. And what people don't understand about embryo grading, it's not so exact. And so, in fact, PGS, PGT testing may not be as exact either. But there may be appropriate uses of all of these, but they're not yes or no 100%. They're just guides on this journey of understanding what your odds are, by the way. Everyone, I hope, is doing well. Be patient with me. I'm kind of going down to the bottom. I'll go mixing all of this. Remember, likes, loves, share, critiquing, advice, what we're doing wrong, how can we do better. We always want to learn in this throughout this crazy, amazing journey. All right. Let's see. Amanda, I didn't get to Amanda question, but I see we're working with everyone and we're working to get people in as soon as we can. Our nurses can help on this journey. We can get your meds ordered, everything rocking and rolling. A lot of this is trying to get your information so that you can understand which way to go in the process. And this is not just IVF, by the way, it's natural. So many people get pregnant after keto, LDN, CBD, faith, yoga, patience, and laparoscopy, hysteroscopy for getting rid of endometriosis and scar tissue. For so many people, they think they have irritable bowel, but they have endo. But remember, irritable bowel is due to carbohydrates. I'm sorry, it's really crazy nutty. Let's see. Mine got moved from months to just a few weeks. We're seeing, listen, people call, make appointments, and then they don't call back and they don't show up. We're really working to get people in earlier. We're quite capable, so just keep bugging us, and we're getting everyone on a list. We're calling people. If someone, for some reason, doesn't answer the phone, we want to be right getting to you. Some people actually show up in one of our offices, and Dr. Mirabel Verdialis is really awesome, working to get you into the process, get your meds ordered, and get you moving forward. And we want to work with your OBGYNs. Like, what can they do to improve your fertility? Laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, it really, really works. I too didn't believe about keto and diet. Can't be, right? And literally, I mean, Cheerios, Special K, smoothies, they're all sugar and they're deadly and dangerous for us, in my opinion, by the way. Karina from LA, I'm the kid from Silver Lake, John Marshall High School, Thomas Starr King, junior high, John Marshall High School, LA City College, USC, and we're seeing people from LA, from San Francisco, from every state, every place, because traveling for comprehensive, traveling for affordability, it really does help. And if things aren't working right, we're helped to say, okay, what can we do better? How can we learn from this? And how can we help you in the process? I mean, you can do 4 IVF cycles, pretty much including meds, for under $20,000 in most cases. So be open to the possibilities. IVF does not need to be $30,000 per cycle. And in many cases, we're picking and choosing. We're checking the numbers. If they don't fit right, we can't take you. But at CNY Fertility, we're really open to taking everyone. And again, from all over the world, all over the country, we do a lot with IVIG, intralipids, Neupogen, Prograf, Plaquenil, Humira. It really is, remember, it's all an inflammatory cause. Hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, you name it. It's all the same thing. It's infertility. And I was reading an article this morning, Valerie sent me, thank you, Valerie. And thanks about sharing all the good news or helping with IVIG, that you might look towards way to deduct your fertility treatments, because it really is, you're helping your body to health and wellness. And laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, health and wellness. Your dietary changes, keto. You know, it might be important to look towards food allergies, a colonoscopy, look for inflammation. If you have it, in my opinion, it means that inflammation in the colon, fiber, fruit, vegetables, probiotics, they're bad for us, by the way, are causing this highly inflammatory reaction in our pelvis, men and women, that's trashing our health. And it really takes a really, really big change. Julian Anderson, 3 chemicals. Would IVF benefit? Yes, 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 absolutely. Because one is we can time and improve the environment. We clean out the uterus with the hysteroscopy DNC, add antibiotics, and add a full immune protocol, including intrauterine HCG, intrauterine Neupogen, and again, our soon-to-be future is going to be intrauterine PRP, which we're working on and doing in Atlanta right now. And really, when you think about the travel to all these locations, it's simpler than you ever imagine. It really, really helps. And Medina, hello to you, and grateful to everyone traveling and sharing likes and loves and helping. Our job is really to make it the very, very best. Stress. Oh my God. Yes. Heather Morante. Why such stress? Let's see. Let me get back to it. We are ready to do a frozen transfer, but my period is late. Why? Listen, it's like watching the pot boil. It is like we don't always know the whys. I was making a dinner for my friends tonight. I left the oil on the burner. I came to talk to a patient that needed some help with their HCG shot. I started a little bit of a smoke fire, caused a little bit of problems. The smoke alarm never went off. We're all okay. I cut myself in the process, but these things and stuff happens. Our job is to find some calmness and imagine it all is in the hands of the master. God's got it, got this for all of us. And maybe that's the better way to find the stress reduction, meditation, yoga, prayer. And sometimes we scream and shout, but we need to step back and say, I got it off my back, my shoulders, I feel better. Sorry, honey, I yelled at you. It's not your fault, my fault. It's just part of the nature of the journey. It's like driving down the road and someone cuts you off. We all kind of go a little crazy. Hi, Kelly Testa. How you doing? We have a most amazing team of nurses, nurse practitioners. My maintenance staff is amazing, front office, financial, everyone. And so, some of the back end people don't get the accolades as much, but I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. The chemical pregnancies or repetitive losses, inflammation is still the cause. Change your diet, add LDN, CBD, prayer, meditation, get off the treadmill. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. But Master Yoda says, do or do not, there be no try. So let's not give up in the process. Please, please, please. But sometimes you need to take a moment. Take some time. Regroup. Get the journal out. Start writing. Hey, I'm really feeling shitty about this stuff. And we feel fucking crazy about this, right? And part of this is how to keep going despite the chemicals, the miscarriages, the late losses, the early losses, the never get pregnant, and have faith and believe and be open to all the possibilities. And Amy Payne, I had 12 chemical pregnancies the past 12 months, and there are no answers. Why? Well, the answer is inflammation. Inflammation is caused by glucose, plant antigens, plant phytochemicals, the fiber, the bacteria, and the yeast in our gut that ferments. I believe too much water, too much exercise, and just too much worry. Keto, all this stuff. And yes, Heather, I said probiotics are bad. Would you put bacteria and yeast on your skin and think it was good for you? I don't believe adding bacteria and yeast to the bowels to feed the fermentation machinery, which makes heat, alcohol, aldehyde. It's gaseous, bad for all of us. And I just haven't seen the articles that have proven it. and I see so much bloating, gas, and I believe that the varicoceles, the hemorrhoids, the leg varicoceles, the GERD, and all the bowel shit is caused by smelly, fermenting shit in our bowels. I'm sorry. I know we try to be like pristine and nice and keep the words clean, but there's a lot of bad going on inside here. And your reproductive organs are getting bashed. And you're most fertile, women are most fertile in the teens and early 20s, and my bet is guys too, by the way. But we wait, and our bodies are trashed by our 30s and 40s, and we wonder why the heck is going on. But in fact, it really is so simple. The inflammatory process of glycation of all these radicals, and remember, it's not pesticides, it's not the plastics. In my opinion, it's mostly the healthy diet we eat is not. And if a heart healthy symbol is on a Cheerios box or Special K, yet it's all sugar, does that really make sense? And it, you know, it's really crazy, but I'm a fertility specialist. I'm a physician. And what I've learned about Western medicine in general, the healthcare industry, the doctors, the nutritionists, and even the naturalists, I don't think really get it and understand it. We've been taught the wrong thing, and we just keep on going down that road. One day we all need to just step back and say, okay, how is it kale is good for us? If kale is basically sugar when it's blended in our bellies, how could it be better than white sugar? It's not. And so I think that's really, we got it off. And listen, if you're having someone else make your food and sending it to your house, that's not good either. You should be preparing it yourself. And really, Maria, home run. But check out Jimmy Moore, Jason Fung, again, Andres Cienfeld, Diet Doctor. It really is pretty amazing. And let's see, Crystal had 45 follicles over. Doesn't mean that you'll all be mature. 6 make it to freeze. So Ovasitol or metformin reduce insulin glucose levels. Ultimately, 3 to 6 meals a day, which are all basically carbs. I'm sorry, just read the labels and look at the truth. You're eating carbs, and carbs all break down to sugar. And so you're secreting sugar into your bloodstream all day, all night. It's trashing our bodies. The liver has one function, to convert amino acids and simple sugars to fat. And without insulin and without a liver, we die. And it's really pretty amazing in the process. And Ovasitol, through Theralogics, or inositol, it's just a generic, it lowers insulin and glucose levels. And that's really what we're working to do every single day. Reduce inflammation in the gut, get rid of all the yik yak, the bloating, the gas, and the shit. Maybe getting a bowel cleanse. And I do intermittent feasting. I eat 1 meal a day at night. Do 2 at the most, breakfast and dinner. But breakfast is not the best meal. Dinner is. And we want to be fed. We want to have some reproductive practice. The F word, you know what that is. And then we want to be put to bed. Because digestion requires rest. And I know people don't like to talk about the F word, but you got to do it. And you got to enjoy it. You got to spend time with your partner. You got to be more positive, loving, kind to yourself and to the partner in front of you. And if you're single, look in that mirror and be positive to yourself. And we're here to help no matter who you are and what journey you've been on, by the way. Yeah, you know, you get a lot of follicles sometimes, and I'm reading some of these Tammy Jaeger about lots of eggs, but you may have a lot of follicles and a lot of eggs, but only a small amount might be mature and only a small amount fertilize. We do a lot of day 3 freeze-alls, a lot of day 5, 6, and 7s. If you're not making great blasts, do a day 3. We occasionally do a day 2 or a day 4, and they all work nicely. Vanessa Laporte, do colonics. So cleaning out the bowel, it's likely a good thing. Maybe cleaning out the whole thing. This fasting process is likely very good. I call it intermittent feasting, and I have an article I've written called The Radical Story. It's the human Ferrari. If you haven't seen my TEDx talk on the human Ferrari, you got to check it out. We have a brand new magazine coming out. We've been really working on it. It's called Miracles by CNY Fertility. And we're also working on, we have this really interesting little clothing line about being positive, and check out Mind, Body, Smile, Dr. Rob Kiltz. It's stuff that I've been sharing and learning to inspire myself, because we all have something that's bringing us down, making us feel depressed. That can be really, really challenging for any and all of us. Hey, Crystal, Cindy, and hey, Dave Campanile, how you doing, my good friend? You know, our anesthesia team is awesome and amazing, and I can't bring all of them to the group here because I might miss one, but Dave, Bart, John, another Dave, Jeff, let's see, I'll get to all of them in all of this, and just Joe, just a really amazing, all board certified anesthesia group, and our group in Albany and Syracuse are amazing, and a shout out to everyone. You know, the Fertile Fireside Chats are not just for infertility, by the way, and when we say infertility, I'm talking about anyone who's had losses, repetitive, might have genetic disorders, or late losses. We really are here to talk about the whole process, but helping people, you know, lose 20, 50, 100 pounds, feel better, have a better mental energy, and just, you know, keep moving forward, all of us. And we all have problems and challenges every day. The good Lord gives them to us for our good. And I know it's a hard one. Hey, Corinne, how you doing? And a good luck to everyone. Prayers to everyone. Wherever you're coming from, whatever journey you've been on, really want to be helping. And wherever you're going, my idea and my energy and my thoughts are whatever fertility doctor, whether it's an RE or a generalist or a naturopath, acupuncture, massage, light therapy, meditation, you're learning some new and interesting additions. If you're going to Braverman and Quat Kim or the Beer Institute, learning about reproductive immunology, Dr. Vidali in New York doing a lot of laparoscopic surgeries, Dr. Lutheringer is with us in Syracuse, and really grateful to all those are all part of the family. We're all working at this together to help you to find your way. And blood flow. Vanessa asked, I see a comment from Kirsten about blood flow. And really what we're working on is understanding that the first organ system to be damaged is actually the vascular system, because all the glucose and all the antigens and phytochemicals are being dumped into the bloodstream, which causes vasculitis. That vasculitis causes constriction in the microvessels and damage there. Blood clots forming. That's why we use a lot of Lovenox and aspirin and prednisone to reduce inflammation in the process. So again, it's really just an interesting things we're learning in all of this. And I saw a 1.9 AMH. Can I do IVF? You know, let's see, AMH, that's one or greater is normal. Under one is where we really want to really be strict on the anti-inflammation, the keto, laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, because I've seen the AMH turn around and go up, the ovarian function improve by reducing inflammation in the belly. That's what this is all about. Let's see, Linda Webb, hi, how you doing? We're working with all of you already. You're part of the team in the process, and you're learning. We're working to get you kind of moving forward in a great way. Chris and Jen are nurse practitioners in the Buffalo. Dr. Corley and I go out there. Dr. D'Souza, thank you. We're working also with a number of other docs out there to help us with surgeries. But if your OBGYN doctor feels comfortable doing laparoscopies with hysteroscopies to look for endoadhesions, please, please, please ask. Give them my number, 315-416-9872. We're sharing. I'm going to go down to Florida Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, take a few days this week. And I'm available, but I'm really working to take some time to rejuvenate, refresh, learn some new things, and constantly be able to bring things to you. And I'm grateful to all the things you bring to me and learning in the process. Likes and loves, thank you. Jen, soy, is there soy in intralipids? Intralipids are soy and eggs. It's not my favorite. That's why I recommend fat bombs, butter, cream, a little bit of sugar, by the way, very little. And I know Maria loves stevia. And look at Maria's stuff. I eat butter, I drink cream, but if you haven't Googled on YouTube, Dr. Rob Kiltz's ice cream recipe, 1 pint of cream, 1 egg, a tablespoon of sugar, a tablespoon of vanilla. It's a home run, and I use real sugar, but I only eat that 1 meal a day. And I don't eat any fiber, any fruit, any vegetables, and no probiotics for sure. And I do not get on a treadmill, 0 exercise. And I know it's a crazy one. It doesn't make any sense in all of this. Let's see, taking aspirin while trying to conceive for Brittany Durham. Aspirin, and this is where keto, LDN, and CBD come in. Slow it down. These 4 early miscarriages could be changed. Also, ask your doctor about laparoscopy, hysteroscopy for silent endometriosis. And the other thing to all of this is 2 to 4 weeks of an antibiotic to reduce the inflammation in the uterus and the pelvis, pelvic inflammatory disease due to chronic bacteria, maybe even chronic yeast. And that's why even linking it to things like Lyme disease can be very helpful. And one of the reasons a hysteroscopy D&C, you're removing all that tissue that may not slough off. You might be removing that polyp that just doesn't come out. And I believe fibroids are a local an area of inflammation and need to be removed if they're more than 1 centimeter. And if they're near the cavity, get rid of them. And I know a lot of people don't believe it, but I do absolutely believe that fibroids and endo are all linked to inflammation in the gut. And by removing that chronic inflammation, it really helps a tremendous amount. Hey, Harmony Dela Cruz, how you doing? And just sending love and gratitude to everyone for sharing. And bacon, eggs, butter, beef, yes, once a day at night. And I call it B-E-B-B-Y, baby. Bacon, eggs, butter, beef, yes. It's the home run. And again, I know it way doesn't make any sense. Brittany, so it's 81 to 100 milligrams of the aspirin, by the way. How does Camille Fields, how does CBD oil help? What does it help? Does any and brand do you okay, so we've been using CB Distillery, the Hemp Works, also Charlotte's Web, but there are a lot out there. It's an anti-inflammatory oil. It's like an essential oil. The omega-3 fatty acids are really helpful. And most of us aren't eating oil. They're not eating fat. Remember, plant oils are industrial oils. It takes a tremendous amount of industrial preparation. But animal fat, cream and butter, tallow, lard, duck fat, all of those, I believe, are healthiest for us. Coconut oil may be antigenic for some people. We're allergic to seeds and nuts, so you got to be careful about all of that. And how's everyone doing? And someone throw me out the time right now because I don't have a clock in front of me. If that would be helpful so I know about where we're at. And Neupogen Wash, does it help with thin lining? I think it can help a lot. We're looking at the tamoxifen, by the way, but the PRP, Neupogen Wash, Sub-Q Neupogen, and remember, keto is king. It's kick-ass amazing. And everyone's looking for the data, the support. I'm telling you, there's so much anecdotal information. Just look on the CMY Fertility Facebooks. Thanks, Nicole, for the time, and Jennifer, too. Really appreciate it. We got 10 more minutes, and thanks, Dave. A pleasure. And remember, we're talking to people from around the country, West Coast, East Coast, even Alaska. And so we have a nurse that's maybe going to join us from Alaska. We're really grateful because we need the later time zones to help and share with everyone out here, by the way. And keto is king. And CBD, cannabinoid oil, there's some really great stuff on anti-inflammation. I'll try to get the article and share it with everyone. And really, there's already a ton of information. And, you know, every time we're waiting for someone to write the article to prove it, but in the meantime, many of us are already doing it and found the benefits to all of it. So really grateful. And remember, share the story, the likes, the loves, the help, the critiquing, because we want to get better in all of this. And I'm going to continue with the Sunday night lives, but you can share it and watch it anytime, day or night. Let's see. Inflammation, cell renewal. I'm a rep for HempWorks. Hey, Christine, Rich, Saris, wonderful. Share that with us. We're working to share it all. We think HempWorks is really awesome. And maybe like anything else, people find one that works better for them, is easier. We think this is really important. The anti-inflammation is helpful. Neupogen Wash, again, really helps with lining, but also PRP Atlanta. We're going to call PRP Atlanta. New York's always a little challenging to get them to allow us to do it, but I'm working on it, get it happening as soon as possible. Let's see. Let's see here. Want to Hocking Hills, Ohio, and walking. All right. So I'm not sure I want to get. I'll stick with where we're at here. Let's keep going. Making sure we're on live still. Everyone good? Having fun? Sharing. That's good. Let's see. Moody Bands. You know, I do coffee and tea, a little bit of water. I recommend don't pound the water down. Too much water dilutes the gut, dilutes the bloodstream. It probably is no good for us either. And there's all this plastic, and we're mostly drinking water in plastic. And the best, I think, is to put it in a bottle, keep it in your fridge. If you want to add a little CO2, a little bit, but not a lot. Thrive is all natural products that fills your nutritional gaps and helps with inflammation. I'll take a look at that, Hope. You know, a lot of what I recommend is, you know, too many supplements that make us do something that really, if we just eat natural, healthy, organic, I don't know where clean and all this stuff is, but make it yourself. That's what I recommend. And again, once a day. Noon on, should I follow the ERA results again for next cycle? You know, it's a hard one. Our day 6 of progesterone is our standard most of the time. Occasionally we'll go to day 7 or day 5, look at the ERA. Again, it may be just another set of embryos. It may be changing the protocol, more anti-inflammation. And remember, laparoscopy, hysteroscopy, it helps a lot. Let's see, Pallavi Samant, does priming with Omnitrope help with egg quality? Absolutely. Egg quality is help with either the HGH gel, I believe, but certainly the HGH sub-Q. We use about 6 units a day, but it doesn't help for everyone. And that's the challenge. We try this, we do this. It helps some, but not all. And don't forget DHEA. vitamin D, CoQ10, PQQ. These are some of the supplements I recommend in all this process. And I'll look at the Thrive, by the way, and see where it goes in all of this. How's everyone doing? Thrive is not transparent about its ingredients. Yeah, I always say, CBD in general, it's an essential oil, and LDN's been around a long time. I think a lot of these things we find a lot of benefit. We always want to be a little slow to jump into supplements, smoothies, shakes, fake food. I say stay away from it. My meals are bacon, eggs, butter, beef, a little Parmesan cheese, a little salami, charcuterie's okay, cream, a quiche, and be really, really boring with your food. I'm sorry, your body is a temple, not an amusement park. Alcohol is deadly. Drugs, get away from as much as you can. And yes, we are giving drugs to stimulate, prepare the body. And there are some people are like, okay, no, I don't want to do that. That's okay. What can we do with acupuncture, light therapy, electromolecular therapy? There's a lot of stuff out there that is really pretty amazing. Nicole Lang, why would estrogen be chronically high? What can be done to bring it down? How does it affect IVF cycles? PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So there's a chronically elevated LH, a little bit FSH, but it's mostly the LH, chronically stimulating the ovaries to make estrogen, but for some reason they're not ovulating, and so the estrogen stays chronically elevated, which affects the endometrial lining, likely affects the ovarian follicles and function, and may affect egg quality. This is where keto, metformin, ovasitol, and reducing inflammation, CBD, again, looking towards even laparoscopy with ovarian drilling can help tremendously. In some cases, you may need Lupron to turn off the ovaries, and in some cases, a month or two. I don't like to do the birth control very often, but that can really help in reducing things. You withdraw it, you start the stim, it helps a lot. But a lot of people benefit from ovarian drilling for sure. And again, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for the likes, the loves, the sharing, the creativity. And sometimes, remember, better exercise. Go for a walk by yourself with your partner. Listen to something positive, upbeat. Brian Johnson's Philosopher's Notes, Optimize. I've really listened to his stuff for a long time, really love it. I've been working on Mind, Body, Smile, practicing sharing and learning all together. And April, thank you very much. Good night. And let's see here. Avoid a generic disorder. I didn't understand that. He only recommends, I'll get to that. Keenan Bryan, I'll find him. I'm sorry if I don't find all of these, by the way. PGS testing. Okay, so I'm not a big recommender of it. It can absolutely be helpful. It's likely more helpful the more embers you have in order to pick those more likely than less likely. It's not always 100%. We've been seeing a number of normal pregnancies with PGS mosaic or abnormal embryos. So it's not an always. It's just another option that you may choose or we may recommend. There's no one way that everyone needs PGS, freeze all cycles. And with that, obviously, many people don't make embryos to biopsy. They don't make blasts. And so we're never seeing them in the statistics of SART or CDC. So it's a hard one to understand in the process. Blair Stoats, how you doing? Pain during sex, bad periods. Should I look into surgery before IVF? We're 1-2 possibly blocked. Absolutely. Laparoscopy, hysteroscopy for endometriosis. Keto. Get rid of the bowel inflammation. The colon and the rectum are highly inflamed. That affects sex. And if sex is painful, you're not having sex, what are you going to do about having a baby? you got to get in there and talk to your doctor about that laparoscopy. And Dr. Kiltz and the CMI Fertility professional team recommends laparoscopy, hysteroscopy for so many, it really helps. Laura Johnson about LED therapy. And Jennifer Waters really has been working with us on LED light therapy. We have a little article in our magazine. You can just go to our website and give us comments on our website, by the way. You know, we just redid it and I'm not sure about it. I'm sorry. We're working to make it better. And I've got Danielle helping us and many others helping us to improve our story and what we're doing in the whole process. We always want to do better. And a lot of what we're working on is continued global care with your OBGYN on the keto, anti-inflammation. Stick to it. We're seeing these later losses that are related to going off keto or going off paleo or you know, and I believe that if you're having nausea and vomiting early pregnancy, it means do not put that crap in your body. It's deadly and dangerous. Lacosta McKenzie Shepherd, yes. CBD pills are good also, by the way, and I think they're okay during pregnancy too. And I may be going out on a little bit of a limb there, but absolutely. And again, thank you to everyone for sharing, liking, loving. Oh, Will, thank you, Will. Will was at the Resolve. Support Resolve so we can support affordability, access for everyone. But ultimately, you know, if we don't take it into our own hands, it ain't happening. So to blame someone else, it's putting our energy in the wrong place. We are going to make fertility accessible and affordable, high quality to everyone. That's my mission in this whole process. Oh, flu shot. Get it. It'll help in the process and keep you healthy, by the way. I believe it's helpful. Adenomyosis. Adenomyosis is inflammation in the uterus, is endometriosis, caused by the same problem, the same thing, by the way. And so go anti-inflammatory. You might look towards Lupron or the Orlissa, which is the new oral antagonist, which we're having some trouble getting it okayed by insurance. But Lupron may help with reducing, or the Micronor, the progesterone-only pill for reducing adenomyosis, which is endometriosis in the uterus. It's harder, and some people may actually need a gestational carrier. So we work with gestational carriers, and if you have someone that wants to carry a baby for you, we will help you on that. So let's all look to sharing this process. Lakeisha, IVF with Lyme. It can be done. You need to continue to be treated for your Lyme. It's all just chronic inflammation, I believe. Maybe we should all be on a longer course of antibiotics in all of this. And I could go on talking for days and days. And really grateful to everyone. What is the ideal progesterone level 7 days post-trigger? 20 or above if you're doing a medicated cycle, but even 10 to 20 may be fine. If it's a natural cycle, 10 or greater is perfect. We really are pushing for those thyroids to be under 2.5. So if you see it's over 2.5, you need to be on a thyroid medication. So if you're hearing, oh, let's recheck it, no, let's treat it now. Let's not wait. Let's see, Dubai, Philippines, Egypt, all over this world, we're seeing patients travel. So grateful to everyone. Let's see here, Natalie, crazy immune system for 3 months when I get it. I'm lucky I didn't get paralyzed. You know, our immune system is just effing us up some days. I know it's crazy. And remember, if they say it's healthy, don't believe them, by the way, when it comes to dietary recommendations. And remember, 0 carbohydrates is what we require, which is crazy. And if you don't have fat, you're dead. So being fat is where it's at. Like, to try to be skinny is crazy. It may be that losing weight helps you, but it's not the weight loss. It's changing what's going on in your belly that matters. Tamar Holman, IVIG and Humira before transfer absolutely helps. And okay, let's see. Chelsea, thank you. Nicole, Sarah, and if you can't get the flu shot because of a bad reaction, absolutely, you got to stay away from it. But my pleasure. Let's see, mini IVF, lower AMH, 1.5, absolutely. So letrozole 5 to 10 with the 150 HCG trigger with the antagonist. And you know, a lot of it is, hey, I want to do a lower dose protocol to save some money. It can work a tremendous amount for so many. But, Denise, tube reversal versus IVF, they both work nicely. And it really is individualized in a unique process. But boosters, Angie. I'm not a big booster fan, but once you're pregnant, add it. If you use it, it's not harmful, but you're going to have a positive pregnancy, which sometimes can be a little challenging. But all right, everyone. God bless. See you next Sunday. Share, like, give the love all around, and maybe I'll jump in midweek and in morning time too. God bless to all. Thank you.